How do I mentally prepare myself to be as mentally sharp as possible the day of a big race? What can you do to prepare yourself for the big moment? What do the best Olympians do? Great question. Let's talk about this. Welcome back to my classroom. When it comes to high-level performance and peak athletic achievements in all sports, and in our case, in swimming, mental fortitude, your mental strength, your mental endurance, your mental pliability is equally as important as your physical stamina, as what you do in the water. How you train your brain outside of the pool, in my opinion, and from my experience, is just as important as what you're doing in the water. So today I'm gonna run you through what I do on a weekly basis and what I do more frequently as I lead into big competitions to really mentally prepare myself. For me, all of this is done through visualization. I do a lot of visualization training, particularly leading into big competitions. Like for example, right now at the time that I'm filming this video, we're like 8 weeks away from US Olympic trials. At least twice a week, I do visualization training. Through visualization, you can program your body to respond a specific way and act a specific way in a certain situation. And what I mean by that is this. When you show up at a meet, it should feel as if you've been here before, you've done this before, and it should feel like a routine. It should feel like you know it. So just to use Olympic trials as an example, right now, I'll get in my car, do my breathing exercises, and then I'll sit on my phone and I'll look at photos of the Olympic trials pool. And I've been to this pool before, I've been to this venue before, I know what it looks like, but I'll look at different photos, I'll look at what it looks like on the side of the deck, what it looks like from the stands, what it's gonna look like behind the blocks. And then I take it another step further. I try to really take myself to that place, to familiarize myself with the environment, right? What does it smell like? What does the ground feel like, right? When I take my shoes off behind the blocks before my race, what does my feet feel? The little mesh padding that they put down on the pool deck. When I show up day of the race, nothing throws me off. It's almost comfortable and you're just kind of in a zone. After that, I start visualizing races. And this is probably the most important thing that I don't think enough swimmers do. And that is swimming the races in your brain and timing yourself and knowing all the little details and intricacies of your races. So I will legitimately recline my seat all the way back in my car, close my eyes, and I'll visualize behind the blocks, walking out, seeing the Jumbotron, seeing the crowd, seeing the pool, all of those things, my pre-race, routine, and then you're on the block, you take your mark, and then you dive in the water and start the stopwatch in my brain. And then I swim the race in my brain. I know exactly how many strokes I'm gonna take. I try to feel what the rate feels like, what the tempo feels like, all of those things. And I even do the breath count. Sometimes when I'm visualizing, I'll even, I'll take the same number of breaths that I would take in the race while I'm swimming it in my brain. And then I stop the watch. I first started doing visualization exercises in 2012, 2013-ish, and I was surprised after knowing how many strokes I needed to take, how close I could get time-wise on the watch in my brain. And now, on a weekly basis, I can come within a second or two, and sometimes come within a couple of tenths of a second, if not hundredths of a second, to my goal time, or my lifetime best time in a race. So from the time I start the watch, swim the race in my brain, and click stop, I'm basically nailing the time that I want to perform at the upcoming competition. And I'm telling you, it's freaky, but if you do it enough, you can, and if you know the details, if you know what it feels like, if you know your stroke count, if you know your rate, if you know all of those things, you can piece it together in your brain. When I'm sitting in my car, and as I'm about to go into these visualization exercises, I do everything that I can to pull myself in and to really feel like I'm there, like I'm in the moment that I'm preparing for. And I do that by listening to certain songs. And my favorite song is from the Man of Steel score by, I think it's by Hans Zimmer, and the track is called What Are You Doing When You're Saving the World? Or When You're Not Saving the World, or something like that. And it's perfect because it's about 4 minutes long, and it takes 2 minutes to just build and build and build and build, and then finally it hits and the whole orchestra kicks in, and it's this killer Superman theme song. And I just kind of visualize, you know, my pre-race routine, what I'm doing in warm-up, what it's gonna be like on the pool deck, what it's like in the ready room, what it's like behind the blocks, what it's like on the block, and then diving, and I visualize little pieces and elements of the race as the song is like kind of jacked up, and then I turn it off and I calm myself down, and that's when I try to time myself. How you get yourself in the racing mindset, how you get yourself in that premeditated state is different for everybody, but that's just kind of what I do. But I really want to emphasize that, you know, the topic of this video is how to best mentally prepare yourself outside of the water for competitions, for big competitions. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is to familiarize yourself with all of the elements of the competition. And, you know, for me, and a lot of other high-level Olympic swimmers, national team swimmers that I know, they know this stuff. They do this stuff. And that's why they're comfortable in those high-pressure moments, because they've done it before. And they may not have physically done it, but they've mentally done it. And once you've mentally prepared yourself to do something, once you've programmed your brain to do something, the body will follow through with the plan. That's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I could give any swimmer out there of any age for a big competition. Do visualization exercises. You don't have to do them a lot, right? Maybe just once a week, but do them, because it helps build confidence, it helps build mental fortitude, and it will ultimately help you swim fast. Okay, I want to read you guys something now. This is the very first line from the foreword of this book, Take Your Mark, Lead, 10 Ways to Lead Yourself and Others Like a Champion by Kelly Palace. Now, Kelly is someone that I know. I've been on her podcast. She's big in the swimming world, was a big-time coach, All-American swimmer herself. This is a brand new book. This video is sponsored by this book. And by the way, I'm in this book. I think chapter, boom, right there. Success Celebrator, Cody Fist Pumps Bronze. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So the intro right here. I felt like this was a good pairing for the topic of this video of visualization and mentally preparing yourself. So here we go. The world of high performance athletics is a pressure-filled incubator for life skills. To succeed, athletes must learn how to set goals, develop plans to achieve them, solve problems, build productive habits like visualization, and ultimately survive success upon reaching the next milestone. That's a loaded intro right there by Phelps' coach, Bob Bowman. He wrote the foreword for this book by Kelly. She sent me a few copies to give to some of my friends. Right now, the book is ranked #1 on Amazon under hot new releases for swimming. This book is fascinating. It blends stories from champions, Olympic champions, all kinds of incredible people with leadership and life skills that just ultimately lead you to success, all through the lens of swimming. There's a whole lot of swimming in here. I like this quote by Biza right here. Take Your Mark, Lead is a transformational piece of leadership art that will inspire you to dive boldly towards becoming your better self. So I'm starting chapter 9, Reflective Thinker. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for improving your performance in athletics and life. Natalie Coughlin, 12-time Olympic medalist. The reflectful thinkers make time to look back comprehensively on their experiences to see how they have grown and how they can improve their life, leadership skills, and move their teams forward. That is where I'm at. So thus far, this book is awesome. I mean, I give it my highest endorsement. I'm just a huge fan of things that can help swimmers improve all facets of their lifestyle, right? As I was just talking about earlier in this video, the mental fortitude, that element right here. Lots of useful stories, lots of useful tips, lots of really, really great stuff. If you're interested, click the link in the description below. It is available on Amazon. That is going to be it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope me walking you through some of my mental visualization stuff is helpful. As always, make sure you guys are following me on social media at SwimMiller on Twitter and at Cody Miller on Instagram. Vlogs every Wednesdays and Cody's Classroom on Fridays. If you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button and become a member of our swim family. Cody Miller merch is available on the merch store. Check that out. And if you want to get a video from me to you or somebody you know for whatever reason, I'm on Cameo. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys later.